Okay. Okay. So now, as I said, you can see clearly, oh, it's a straight one. All right. We saw lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high situation, which a break of structure which was formed, and we should expect price to come towards the higher side, okay, to give us a change of character, right? And if that is done, we need to see price come towards the 0.5, 0.618 area for us to see the the second phase come to life. Okay, so that's that for the NZD USD. Okay, so now I'm going to head into the second phase, which is also known as the entry phase. Okay, so okay, let's see. All right, so on the second phase, we have the CHF JPY, we have the JBP JPY, we have the CAD JPY, we have the ETH USD, we have the gold, Bitcoin. Unfortunately, Bitcoin has crossed the level where we don't want it to cross, right? All right, let's start with CHF JPY. Okay, the CHF JPY. Okay, we've been taking pairs in and out of this pair. Okay, I gave a buy order for this one. Okay, that was I think on Friday or Thursday or so. Which was also a great one. Okay. The CHF JPY, if you see, it's an uptrend market, right? You can see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Now you can see here, right? It's an uptrend market, right? Because it's going higher. Okay, it's an uptrend market, right? Okay. And anytime we have an uptrend market, okay, we're looking to sell. That's the plan. The plan is to, we see an uptrend market, we are looking to sell. If we see a downtrend market, we're looking to buy, except there is a change. That's why you see, I do say we have rejections, okay? On this pair, which is an uptrend market, we should be looking for sells. Okay, that's the way it should be. But because in some cases, price might not really want to go to the selling side, which is the downside, the bearish side. Okay, which I also call the continuation side. Okay, in this pair, we want to see a downside, and the downside means the market needs to sell. Sell meaning the market needs to go in a continuation pattern. That's in a downside pattern, right? But sometimes the market gives us a rejection. A rejection, another term, so it also means that the market does not want to go down yet. It wants to go to the upside. Okay. So when we are supposed to be seeing continuations, okay, we see rejections. It simply means the market does not want to go down that moment. It wants to go to the upside. That is why when I say rejections, instead of telling us to sell, I tell us to buy. Okay? And that's what happened in the CHF JPY. Many occasions, we saw the market go on and off in the rejection side and also in the continuation side. Okay? Now, in this case, if you see, you can see I have a C1, C2, C3. That's the way I indicate where we have rejections and continuations. And also I said, okay, to also make you understand, right? when you see now let me put it this way. On the CHF JPY, when we saw this happen, okay, when we saw price move towards this area, okay, this area, which is the 0.5, 0.618 area, this area, okay, when we saw price enter this area, okay, the first candlestick formation, and you know it's an uptrend market and we're looking to sell. In this case, we should be looking for a wick, like a tail, but in this case, the tail needs to be on top and a bearish body below, okay? And if you look closely here, you can see that we had one here, all right? We had that bearish, that wick and a bearish candle here, okay? Now, we had that here. This is an example of what we mean by a wick and a bearish candle. Okay, but in this case, if you look at it well, you can see that the wick below is higher, okay, or it's longer than the one above. Okay, this wick you have here, okay, this wick you have here, where you see me putting that green brush, okay, that green stuff I put there, yeah, you can see that that wick is longer, okay, than the one above. Okay, this is longer than the one above. Okay, what we want to see in this pair, okay, we want to see the wick above, which is this one, to be longer than the one below. We have to see that for us to see a valid candlestick formation. Okay, right? Good. Now I'm going to take that out. On the CHF JPY, on December 12th, okay, no, not December 12th, on 11 December, right, last year, if you look, okay, you can see that we had a wick, right? We had a wick here. We had a wick here. Okay, you can see the wick, right? It's a short one, but at least it's not longer than the one under it, right? Okay, we had a long wick, even if it's a short one, but it's longer than the one below. So that's a valid candlestick formation. Okay, I don't know if we did, it was a rejection. Okay, let's see if it's a, oh, okay, it's a rejection. All right, you can see I marked it there, an R1. And anytime we have a first candlestick formation, that is when we are shifted from the first phase to the second phase. The first candlestick formation, okay, the first one, we take entries, whether it's a continuation or a rejection, okay? We don't need to wait for a double R1, R2, or a C1 or a C2. The reason is because it's the first candlestick formation that activated the second phase. Okay, on any of the pair, if it's a downtrend, an uptrend, whatever it is, okay, as long we are seeing the first candlestick formation on the first phase activation, okay, we take an entry. We don't need to wait for a confirmation, a second one. So that's just something you know, okay? So that's that for the second phase, beginning of the second phase. We take entries immediately, even if we have a C1 on R1, doesn't matter, okay? We take it as it comes, okay? Then after you've taken the first one, any other continuation or rejection that comes after the R1, we should be seeing double of it. You can see, I deleted some. You can see this one. We have a C1 here, okay? Let me carry in. We have a C1 here, right? Okay, this is not enough for us to take an entry. We need to see a second candlestick formation, which is this one. Which is this one. Okay? We need to see two. We need to see C1, okay, and a C2 for us to see a confirmation and also take an entry. All right, we need to see two confirmation. two candlestick formation that follows themselves. And I see one C2 on R1, R2. Okay. Now, if you look, you want to see where the arrow is facing, right? You can see one of them on the C1. Like on the C1, you can see we have a wick above, which is longer, right? We can see a moment. We can see we have a wick here, right? Okay, which is longer than the one below. Okay, this is shorter below, right? That gave us a C1. On the C2, we had a much longer wick here, a much longer one. Okay, right? And if you see below, we have a shorter one. Okay, let me zoom it in so you can see clearly. Okay, you can see the first one, you saw a wick above, which is longer than the previous one above. Okay, which is longer than the one below. Okay, that's the C1. While on the C2, we have a longer wick above and a shorter one below. But at least we saw a body there. Okay, the candlestick formation needs to give us a wick and a bearish body. At least we need to see a body. Okay, but the up one needs to be longer than the down one. Okay, so that's how you depict valid candlestick formation. You need to see a wick above, which is longer than the one below, and make sure you are seeing a body. A body has to be present. You need to see a bearish body, something you can see. If it's even better, maybe you zoom it to see that, okay, it's a body. Because sometimes you might just, see candlestick formation and it might just show you a long wick and the body might be like a line. But if you zoom in, you will see a physical body there. Okay, that's what I mean. You need to zoom in for you to see a physical bearish body. Okay, to be sure that that one carries a body and it's a valid candlestick formation. Okay. So that's that. Okay. For an uptrend market, okay. I've been talking about uptrend market for the second phase. Okay, an uptrend market, we need to see a wick which is longer above and a shorter wick below. All right. That's for an uptrend market. An uptrend market, remember, we want to sell. And the second phase, we need to be seeing candlestick formation that needs to have these criteria. A wick above, a longer one, a bearish body, and a shorter one above or below or nothing at all. But we need to see a wick which is longer than the one below. Okay? That's for the second phase of my strategy. For an uptrend, we're looking for a wick and a bearish body. And now for a downtrend market, okay? The pairs which I'm talking about right now, all of them are all uptrend markets. Okay, so just to tell you, for a downtrend market, where we are looking to buy the market, because an uptrend we are selling, a downtrend we are buying, right? On a downtrend market, where we see the first phase finish, moving to the second phase. Okay, the second phase get activated when you see price come towards the change of character, and we need to see price come into that area after you've drawn your Fibonacci retracement to the 0.5, 0.618 area. When you see price come into that zone, what we need to see to get a valid candlestick formation, we need to be seeing a wick this time and a bullish body, okay? Because it's a downtrend. And in a downtrend, we're looking to buy. And when you see a green bullish body, it means buy, because a green bar means the market is going up, right? So in a downward trend, okay, getting into the 0.5, 0.618 area to activate the second phase, we need to see a wick this time, not above, okay? We need to see a wick below, a longer wick below, a bullish body, and a short wick or no wick at all on top. Okay, now I'm going to give us an example of what I mean by that long wick below and a bearish body. Quickly, let me take a look and find something. Okay, I think this one is what I need. Okay, great. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, now fine. Now on a downtrend market, okay, getting into the 0.5, 0.618 area, right? We want to see a candle like this. a bullish body like this, okay? A bullish body like this, and a wick below, okay? We need to see something like this, okay? So that's it for a downtrend market. In a downtrend market, the second phase, we need to see price come into the 0.5, 0.618 area. After that, after you've seen that, okay, we need to see a candle just like this for us to follow up to see if that candlestick will give us a rejection or a continuation. Okay, that's something again I want us to know. That's for the downtrend market. Okay, great. Now, if you want to really understand better, okay, because on my previous Zoom sessions and also videos which I post on YouTube, they are there to explain. I try to explain better to us there, okay? So just a recap on how you can understand a candlestick formation in a downtrend market, okay? Just as we saw in the uptrend market, we saw a bearish body a week above this time, a bearish body below because we want to sell. It's coming down. That's why we have to see a wick above and a bearish body with a shorter wick below, okay, for us to see a candlestick formation come to life. All right. But the downtrend market, we are seeing the opposite. This time we are seeing a wick below this time and a green bullish candle on top. Okay. So that's for the downtrend market. And remember, this wick below and a bullish body should be inside the 0.5, 0.618 area. That's the only place where this candle needs to be for us to start looking for a buy or a sell. Depends on what the market gives to us. Okay, so that's that for the downtrend and how to use the second phase of this my strategy. Okay, to get more understanding, I'll prefer maybe you go back. Okay, I'll go back to my video on YouTube. You will get more understanding there. Okay, I explained how you can be able to where you can be able to push through on the second phase. Okay, so go back to the video, okay, on YouTube. They are there and watch it. It will explain better, all right, on how you can push through on the second phase. Okay, so if there's any question, please let me know so I can briefly answer. Okay. Any question at all? Any question? Any question at all? Okay, so now let's go to ETH USD. Where are you? ETH USD. ETH USD. On ETH USD, it's an uptrend market. Okay, you can see it's in a higher high, higher low situation. Okay, you can see that, right? We have a higher low, higher high, and we have a break of structure which was formed here, right? And a change of character this level here. Okay, so okay, so now we're looking at the second phase, okay, of this pair, right? Just a moment. All right, same scenario for the CHF JPY, GBP JPY. It's a higher high, higher low situation. We should also see this time a wick above and a bearish body and a short wick below. Okay, just as what we have here. Okay, something like this, a wick, a bearish body, okay, for us to see a valid candlestick formation. Okay, you can see the market after we saw a change of character, which is at this level here, which is here, CHOCH. Okay, we saw the market come up towards the side, but you can see the market came towards 0.618, but it didn't give us. The market came towards this level here. We got a change of character. We saw the market come toward the upside and gave us this one. Okay. You can see here, this is 0.618 area, right? And a 0.5. You can see the market came towards this level here. It gave us a wick, a long wick, a bearish body, and a shorter one here. Okay. Which in turn, you can see it gave us an arrow. I remember a higher high situation, when you have an uptrend market, we should look into sell the market. But in this case, we did not sell the market because the candlestick formation, which we saw here, gave us an R1. That's a rejection. A rejection means the market does not want to go down at that moment, okay? It wants to keep on going higher, which you can see in turn, you can see the market pushed to the upside, okay? Right? To the upside here. And later on, we saw the market fail, okay? I remember I said we need to always take the first candlestick formation when we see the second phase gets activated. Okay, we take entries for the first one, either it's a rejection or an R1 or a C1. We take it immediately. Okay, then after we've taken that entry, okay, we need to be looking for two confirmation, two candlestick formation, which is valid for us to see an entry either to the upside or to the downside. You can see clearly on the ETH/USD over here, okay, you can see an R1 and an R2. Okay, an R1, we took the market to the upside. I can't remember, but I believe we took profit here. I don't know if we took it or not. We took a profit here. Then we saw the market fall down to the downside, okay? It came down towards the downside here, okay? And you can see the market kept on, doing whatever it wants to do. And you can see here, okay, after we got an R1 here, okay, we saw a candlestick formation here. Okay, you can see all the candles that we have here. We can see wicks below, right? We can see wicks below, but we don't see a valid candlestick formation. A valid candlestick formation means we need to see a wick above, which is longer than the one below, but a bearish body must be present. It needs to be present. Okay, that's a candlestick formation. Out of all the red bearish candle we saw here, we didn't find any valid candlestick formation. That's why you see I did not indicate anyone with any arrow saying an R2 or a C4, whatever. Okay, the one you can see here is an R2, and which is this one. You can see the arrow pointing to it. R2, you can see we have a wick. You can see, you can see we have a wick here. Okay, you can see we have a wick here and a bearish body. Okay, you can see where the arrow is, right? On the R2. Okay, on the R2, we can see we have a wick above and a bearish body, right? Which also is a candlestick formation, which gave us an R2. And I said, after we use the first candlestick formation that validates the second phase of my strategy, we need to start looking for either two rejections or two continuation for any valid entry. So now we had an R1 here. We saw a valid candlestick formation, giving us a wick above and a bearish body, which gave us in turn an R2, which made us take an entry at this candle and push the market to the upside. Okay. So over here, we had an R2, which means the market wants to go to the upside. Okay. That's an R2. And you can see a valid candlestick formation again, but that one gave us a C3. A C3 means we need to wait for a C4 for us to push the market to the downside because it's a continuation. Anytime you have a continuation, it means the market needs to go, needs to go where it's supposed to, because it's an uptrend market. We need to be seeing a downside. So because we're supposed to be seeing a downside, we should see more of continuations. Okay. Now we had a C3 here. Okay. A C3, and you can see the next candlestick formation, which we saw, gave us an R4. So meaning the market has not decided whether to go down or to go up. At the moment, we seen an R4 means the market wants to go higher. Okay, on the next candlestick formation, you can see we have a C5, and if you look at it correctly, you can see that we have a wick and like a line bearish body. Okay, this is why if you like on the first video, that the first Zoom session, which I told us to close to enter for the next one, you can see I told us we need to sometimes, when we see a wick like this and a bearish body, we need to sometimes zoom in to see if truly we have a bearish body. And that's what I'm going to do now so you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom in to see if truly we have a body there or nothing. Oh, great. So you can see we have a body here. Okay, there is a body here, right? That's a body. Means that the candlestick formation is as well valid. Okay, so now we have a C5, right? You see, we had a C3, an R4, a C5. Now, a C5 means the market wants to go down, but we need to see two candlestick formation to give us a confirmation for us to push the market to the downside. Now, you see, I put here a restart. Anytime you see me putting an arrow to any candlestick, okay, which is supposed to be a candlestick formation, there is possibility. There are two things. There is two things make me makes the market for my strategy does a restart. Okay, what I mean by restart, it needs to start from the scratch now. Okay, it means the C5 is no longer going to be valid. We need to see two candlestick formation, not one C6. You know, we need to start all over from like an R1. You can see after the restart, we saw an R1 and an R2. Okay, now I'm going to quickly explain what I mean by restart. Okay, now you can see we have a wick and a bearish body. Okay, so now let me check and let me explain what I mean by a restart. Now on this candlestick formation, okay, this is the time is you can look down, you can see we have 16:00, that's 4 p.m. Okay, I put this line above so I can know which of the candlestick this one is. Okay, so I'm going to go to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, in a 1 hour time frame, I'm going to take it back. Now great, so now you can see that's the line which I drew previously. Okay, and I can see the time below. That's 16:00, so that's 4 p.m. So now the reason why I put a restart there, we need to count the candles. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, these 4 candles, okay, on the 4-hour time frame is a whole candlestick formation with a wick and a bearish body. Okay, don't worry, go to my YouTube if you really want to understand more on the candlestick formation, how I break it down. Okay, you can go to my YouTube channel and there it is. You can get more explanation. Okay, so you can see here we see 16:00, that is 4 p.m. The next candle is 17, that's 5 p.m. The next candle is 18, that's 6 p.m. The next candle is 19. Okay, that's 7 p.m. That's the 4 candles. 4 candlestick comprises of the 4 hours candlestick, which you have the wick and a bearish candle. Okay, so now the reason why this market is on a restart. Okay, if you look clearly, you can see we have a jump there. There is a gap. Okay, there's a gap there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. In between this and this, there is a gap here. Okay, that gap, something happened there. We don't know. Okay, so anytime I see a gap in between candlesticks, mostly in the 1 hour, I am very, very cautious. I'm very, very careful with them. Okay, anytime I see a gap on a candlestick formation, which is valid, but I see a gap like this, okay, I immediately start a restart. Okay, I start looking for candlestick formation. Okay, whatever candlestick formation I have before this gap, I cancel it and I start again. Okay, you need to be very, very careful because the market is really, really cunning. Okay, it can really confuse you. Okay, when I say a gap in the markets, okay, when I say a gap in the markets, right? When I say a gap in the markets, what I do, I put it on a restart. Okay, I put it on a restart because it's really, really important because sometimes things happen. Okay, things happen. So I'm very, very careful when this kind of stuff happens, right? So guys, we see a gap like this in any pair at all. I start again by getting an R1 or a C1 or a C2. Okay, that's why let me go back to the 4 hours so we can quickly check. Let's see. Okay, now let's see. Let's see. Now you can see on a restart, after the restart, you can see we had an R1 and R2. Okay, so anytime you see me doing this or giving a restart, that's the reason why. Okay, I see a gap on the market in a candle in a valid candlestick formation. Okay, when I see this, I restart everything. Okay, to be at the safer side. It's best for the system, so we don't make mistakes and enter invalid trades. Okay, so that's it, guys. Anytime you see me put a restart, that's one of the reasons. Okay, either there's a gap in the market. Okay, mostly in the 1 hour time frame. If I see a gap or maybe a cross or like cross, like how the cross looks like. Okay, a cross a wick above, a wick below, and instead of getting a bearish body, whether a bullish or bearish body, you just have a minus. Okay, when I see that too, I also do a restart. Okay, I see a gap, I see a cross alike kind of candlestick in the 1 hour time frame, I do a restart. I don't care what happens. I do a restart and start again. Okay, I need to look for an R1, an R2, or a C1, a C2 for any valid entry for us. Okay, so that's for the second phase of my strategy. Okay, is there any question, anything we need to know? I didn't go broader here on the second phase, but in some of my videos on YouTube, again, I'm saying that you can go and watch them. I explain more on the second phase. Okay, so any questions so we can round up and I can give you back your time. Any question for us? Any question? Any question here? Any question? So I can give you back your time. Any question? Any question? Okay, I think we have no questions. So guys, so I think that's that for this session. We'll be coming back again maybe next week or upper week, but surely we'll be back again with more explanatory on pairs which we'll be looking at. Okay, so it's still Kcfx, and remember, I got you always making sure we get the best signals. Okay. And also, let me chip in this, okay? On ETH/USD, it's acting really funny, okay? Really, really funny, but we need to see downside here. We need to see downside for the ETH/USD, okay? So hopefully we are waiting and believing the market will turn around to give us what we want. Because if you look clearly on this, okay? I'm just putting this in. If you look clearly on this, you can see we have we can see clearly that we have a shoulder here, a head here, and a shoulder here, okay? So we should expect the market come down to finish this level and also finish this level. So we're waiting patiently to see what the market does, okay? So I think that's that, guys. Let's close this and we come back another time. Peace.